click. Live.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Click, click.
Quiet on the set, boys and girls. Getting ready to go live on the radio.
We're all gonna die.
Zoom Room Video Communications brought to you by the BMC.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. In no other better frickin' place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch, with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret some news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours as well.
That's right, because we don't know what we're doing till we hit that go live button, and then even then, we still don't have a clue most of the time. Welcome to today's show. Waldo's starting it off right with that 100 bits. Always getting it started off right there. Welcome, everybody, to today's show. It is Fruck Awesome Friday here in Shroud the Avatar. It is April 24th, 2020. Reminder that this is the last week to get in on those subscriber rewards. If you want to get in on the race, 1,500 Kodos is up for grabs this month. 1,500. That's right, just for being a supporter and getting in on the race. So don't forget, y'all got next week to do that. 4 days left. And of course, we're just a couple days away from release 77, or at least what should be release 77. We still don't know what's going on. Nobody knows.
No clue what's going on. I will say that also reminds me that I've got a week to turn around and log in a bunch of characters and claim my April rewards.
I did that yesterday because I got notices yesterday. What is the housing authority has been sending me mail because all my lots were under the 14-day expiration, so I had to go pay my rent and my taxes and all that. And while I was doing that, I had to, of course, log in other characters and claim my bunny ears. But I don't know why I bother anymore, because can we make those into patterns? Can we scrap those and make patterns?
I believe they are scrappable and you can make patterns with them. I'm not sure.
Blowing it out there today.
Well, there's a Discord audio issue.
Yeah, when you're talking, I can hear you blowing it out, but that's okay. At least we can hear you better than we did 5 minutes ago.
I am not blowing it out on my stream. My audio should be fine. You are clipping on my side, so
yeah. Discord's being a bear today.
And they did do like a weird audio thing with their last update where they added noise suppression.
Yeah, it don't work. I ran it when it first came out a couple days ago, and you know what? When I do this with noise suppression on, you still heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eagle, how you doing out there? That reminds me, I gotta do a couple things here. Gotta make that announcement and let the world know that we're live and giving away prizes.
You got to do something.
Something, that's right. And why
Yeah.
can't I hear
Yeah.
Spiffy's music today? I know I had the music turned on. Did I turn it back off
That's
again?
because when I logged in, the audio was going back to doing the silly thing of being max volume, and then I had to go adjust it. And there's no rhyme or reason for this. It's not remembering settings.
Another lot.
So we shall see. Because like right now in game, it's like it's still loud, and I need to lower it. Some
Yeah,
more.
well, you know that crappy bullshit, listening from ear to ear. We've been complaining about that literally for years. This should be something that is an optional thing. Waldo, setting it on fire.
The thing is, like the stereo settings for sound are too narrow.
Well, again, see, when I swing my camera around, this fucking shit tied to the fucking camera is really just fucking annoying, okay? Can I fucking say that? Can I fucking say that today?
Yes, you can, and that is because their audio thing is set way too narrow as far as the range for it. Because when you're in a
set
room
to narrow. If it's fucking audio, I should be hearing fucking audio, not swing my camera to hear the freaking audio. I mean, jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 100 bits, Waldo.
As Econdist is like going, the stereo field is too narrow. The range on it is way too low.
It shouldn't be like that.
Hey man,
if there's a noise in the area, just like now, it's drizzling outside. I can hear it drizzling outside from all around me because it's noise all around me. This is a piano.
But if that's where, if you think about like the source of the noise, this is where the stereo comes in, the left and right.
If I'm sitting in a room and I'm listening to a piano like this, and I turn like this, you know what? The piano doesn't change volume because I turn around, for crying out loud,
Like I said, that's because the stereo field is set too narrow.
It shouldn't even be set. It should fill the whole area, period. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's where it's too narrow.
I understand being further away and being closer, making it louder and not so much loud. But this, left-right BS. I mean, somebody really needs to work on that. But
yeah.
Now, just out of curiosity, Spiff, go to the other piano. I want to see if the.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Spiff's listening to us or not.
Well, Spiff's not listening to us because he doesn't listen to us.
Yeah, he don't pay no attention. We don't pay no attention.
Why would we?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious if he switches pianos, does it actually give me better audio? I think we've tried this before in the past. Famines, yes. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is to you out there. I think for Jack it's still morning. For me it's afternoon.
It's afternoon.
That's right. I'm looking. It just turned afternoon for you. That's right. Noon, lunch, Central Time. Yes.
Yeah.
Spiffy's still in the morning time. Eagle, thank you. 200 bits. Don't forget, folks.
Still selling muffins right now out here.
We love the bits. Big bits. Big bits. So let's see if there's a difference when he goes over to this piano.
There will be for you because it's right behind you.
Well, it's Shroud math. I don't ever trust anything.
And the range was set to like 2 feet.
Yeah, see, now that works. Now we've got it. And the Maynard with 300 bits, which will trigger our first game of marbles for the day. Thank you, Maynard. Go ahead and send us a track number, and we will run that track for you.
Yeah. Man, I'm working so hard that I responded with, looks good.
Oh, are you in conference? You in chat while they're doing stuff?
Well, I'm supposed to be in a meeting right now for like the sales and marketing team.
You are in a meeting.
Of which, well, I'm in a different type of meeting.
Yeah, I know.
I have not been summoned with a message saying, "Hey, why aren't you in the meeting?" So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Indigenous. Yeah.
Maynard says track 15. What is track 15?
So
Marble Centauri. What's that, Spiff?
Okay.
Well, when they to summon you, they need to blow the horn of urgency.
There you go.
Trust me, that will go off at some point in time. Yesterday, I only got a few of those. That was track 15.
Track 15,
Track 15 is coming up.
I guess that might help to get this stuff off of here.
Okay. Yeah.
That might be why my mouse
stream,
isn't.
you can already play.
Because Jack was already playing.
Yeah, I almost clicked start while I was waiting for you. Because
you're gonna have to wait another second while...
Okay.
Well, that makes a little...
You didn't have it loaded, did you?
No, I got it loaded. I'm just sitting here wondering why my mouse wasn't sliding properly. It's because it still had the protective tape down on the bottom of it. And I see people typing exclamation, "I love free shit," which I haven't opened a giveaway yet, so I need to do that. But we can click start whenever you're ready.
Let's click start in 3, 2, 1, start. Don't forget, join in on both streams.
69
so
seconds.
That way you have a chance to win some scrolls crafted by either myself or Laz. And then from there, mine are guaranteed not to fizzle.
Crafted?
Laz will sell you fizzle
you craft
insurance.
Scrolls? What?
Yeah. I even churn the pulp.
I got people even offering to sell me scrolls dirt cheap now. It's like I'm debating whether I should even bother crafting them or just buy them dirt cheap and resell them.
Buy them. Well, I mean, you remember how many people actually, like, early on would actually just buy our scrolls and then go put them up on their vendor? Which did happen quite frequently.
Remember when we used to buy them from an NPC vendor who would
that
walk
was
around?
it.
Yes,
we used to buy them for like, 30 gold or something like that off of Shandy?
Yes. Yeah. Shandy no longer sells scrolls.
Exclamation, "I love free shit." It's now open, folks, so you can go ahead and get it. And my gain is still a little high there. As we get ready to race here, first race of the day, good luck to everybody as we head on down the track.
Okay.
Econdis and Famines battling for the lead as we come through Marble Centauri 2. We take a trip through the planets in the solar system. Hey, is that the third rock? There it is. It looks like the third rock.
It's something. And then we see, I love this map just because the tour through all the planets from the sun. And then as we pass up the blue ball.
Blue balls. Famines out in the lead. Sentinel ejected. How the hell did you get ejected on this map?
I don't know.
I think there was an ejector board back there I wasn't paying attention to.
So did you look at the dark side of the Earth?
I did
How
not.
It's all lit up. You should pan your camera around.
I can't really see because this other big planets are in the way now. We've gone way past that. So
we're passing up, what is that, Venus? I don't know my planets anymore. Now we're going by Jupiter. And then Saturn.
Ooh,
coming
Maynard
up.
took a little hop. And I just blew by Mom for the lead. Am I going to retain that lead as we... Why can't I zoom up there?
I wonder where the if they have the red dot on. Yeah. Oh, red dot's coming up. Red dot. Swing around for the red dot.
Famines
Oh,
giving
man.
me a chase. Famines want some of them scrolls today.
So which planet are you at right now on your stream?
I think Saturn. The rings.
Saturn and the rings. Yes.
Eh,
Coming up on Uranus.
I don't know. I got a big turn coming here, so there's a big planet. Eagle ejected.
I see Uranus.
You see Uranus? There it is.
Yeah. Way over there. Man, Uranus is huge.
I tell you,
It's
if it wasn't
so
for
very
Uranus,
accommodating.
we wouldn't have anything to race for, right?
That's right. It's dark
I
too.
love this shit.
Yes. No. We will occasionally say stupid shit on Lunch
That's right.
with Laz and Jack.
We don't need a reason to say stupid shit. We just do it.
No, that's because we are stupid.
All right, as we go down, it's me, Famines, and Mom running down towards the end here, and then Econdis in fourth. But we're coming down to the last set of
Maynard
obstacles.
fell out of the map on my side.
So we're gonna see.
Venetrix has a massive
Econdis
lead.
ejected.
Mom was ejected. NBNN News was ejected. Christ is almost caught up.
Looks like Famines is gonna steal it. Or is he gonna get hung up on that peg? Yep, he got hung up on that peg.
Massive lead.
And the Maynards drops on in. Just barely beating him out. We only got 6 people who gonna complete this track.
What?
Maybe
Only
6.
Famines just dropped out. I just dropped out. I think we're gonna have less than 6.
Yeah, well,
actually,
I got 2 more to get here.
Yeah.
Botox and Chris Pallid.
yeah. Actually, we ended up with 6 on my stream that finished.
Yep.
So,
Same here. 6
that's
who
pretty funny.
finished. And the Maynard, who ticked off this game of marbles, is our winner. Rigged. Congrats to Maynard.
Someone messaged me that never go dry in Uranus. Yes, that's very, very true. You need to make sure and lubricate properly before
right.
you go into Uranus. Yeah.
Let's get
yeah.
these scrolls out to the Maynard.
I'm sorry, you need to disinfect properly.
Oh, you need to inject some disinfectant.
Yeah, you know, Lysol Enema is the next big thing.
Well, I mean, before the show, I mean, Sean was advising everybody to jump on top of a UV lightsaber to sterilize their insides and make sure those are US or UVC rays for that disinfecting property, not A or B, UVC.
Yeah, you don't want any tumors.
That's right.
All right. Those scrolls.
Oh,
are on their
Econdis
way.
is like, that was my idea. I'm sorry, Econdis. I thought it was Sean after he posted the
John
pictures of like the
posted them.
Clorox
Econdis
chewables.
said that they should make
Yeah.
a disinfecting lightsaber. That's right.
Yeah. The Clorox chewables,
Cauterizes
the-
and sterilizes.
the Lysol nebulizer. I mean, those are always great things.
Now, of course, you all realize that that's not what he said, even though everybody takes it out of context, right? Or do we have to really go there? Yeah. Did you read the transcript? Did you actually read it?
No, I watched the
Yeah.
video. I
Yeah.
watched the video, which is
Right.
even worse.
And
okay?
he's on one topic, and then he jumps to another topic. He was talking about the sunlight and how they could mimic those effects is what he was referring to if you watched the video. But anyway.
You know what? His words speak for themselves.
Yes.
The guy's an idiot.
He may be an idiot,
yeah.
but he's our idiot, and he gets things done. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, moving right along. It is Fruck Awesome Friday, which means it's afternoon, which means you should be out there fishing. Fish! The fishing contest should be officially opened, as far as we understand.
Man, there would be great if there was a tweet about it.
Be great if there was an announcement about it somewhere. Is there, an announcement there?
Well, I mean,
nice
if you go to the
thing every month, every week,
you go to the Twitterverse.
The Twitterverse.
We have 2 tweets to talk about.
We didn't even get to that yesterday, did we?
Well, no.
The Twitterverse. April 22nd.
And then 8 hours ago.
And 8 hours ago. So, actually, that was Wednesday, but we didn't get any of these in. Actually, I think I got in, yeah. We'll do the 22nd anyway, just to get everybody caught up, because there's some interesting stuff in here.
Okay. So we're going to the 22nd, where Chris just looked into why more people thought the damage for concussive canonical was so high, even after I lowered it last release. Turns out the damage effect was duplicated when someone touched it, so it was doing more damage than ever, rather than less.
Blaming somebody else again.
Yeah.
Not my fault. I didn't do it.
I didn't shroud map that. I didn't do that. Wasn't me. New effect will be the top damage value listed, plus the chance for knockdown and knockback. Next up, fixing the aggro values on Bard songs. The aggro was set on the initial cast and should be on the area of effect for each song. What about the cast time? Are you going to fix the cast time?
No.
Are you going to?
You keep asking about that, and if you keep asking about it, he's going to make it longer, because apparently he still thinks it's too OP. So, you know.
Nerf.
Yeah. Nerf.
Yeah. And then getting some traction on the crashing issue, so I'm going to keep on crunching and skip the stream. You guys probably got all you want out of me on Monday's stream, on Fizzle's stream. Anyways.
Does he realize how much money he loses when he doesn't stream? Yeah.
You know what? The problem I see with that is he says something that is, and then people cheer a bunch of bits, and then he takes that as what people really want, and it's just one person speaking, or
when you see Snugsy One donating hundreds and hundreds of bits every 5 minutes, Snugsy One, doesn't he realize that it's just like, the same 5 people over and over?
Yeah,
not quite true, but yeah.
Well,
there are a lot of people who repeatedly, constantly do multiple donations throughout a stream of his. Yes.
Yeah, and the problem with that is you shouldn't take those tips and those bits as okay, one person kind of liked that idea. That's it. And then you shouldn't do a Twitter poll, or I shouldn't say Twitter poll, a Twitch poll to make a game decision. That's one where we end up with all kinds of problems.
As we know how polls work, there's 350 million people in this country, but they poll a sampling of 1,000 people, and they say, well, that's what everybody thinks. No, a sampling of 1,000 people for 350 million does not give you what people think. Same thing goes for Shroud of the Avatar. Sampling of the 100 people who happen to tune into the stream is not what the whole player base thinks. That's right. Absolutely. Moving right along.
Oh, come on,
then we also have... Sorry, Spiff, I didn't hear you.
They're making this game for 4 people.
Sean, you want to know
yeah.
when that happened? That happened when they stopped with the telethons. When they stopped with the telethons, the pennies stopped being worth votes. That's when it stopped, buddy. When you stop soliciting money for stretch goals and making it so that if we get this much money, you get this, that's when that stopped. I can pinpoint it exactly for you. That's right.
Stopped.
No, when the booze stopped, that's when they stopped making the big money. That was the other one. Yeah.
We need to bring something back, don't we?
Well, we've told them year in and year out at the conventions, and of course, no convention this year. It's going to be virtual. It's going to be virtual. That's the plans right now. Whether that actually comes to fruition, we're going to wait and see what updates we get. We're here in April now, and all we got is it's now virtual.
They're working from home. They could totally be drinking during these supposed telethons they could be holding.
Well, now that...
it's all about the Balmer curve.
Yeah, see, that was another thing. We had some great development while the Balmer curve was in effect. And if you don't know what the Balmer curve is, well, should we make them Google it or should we tell them?
Tell us, you have time.
Well, you can go read or listen to the Huntsman theme I posted in Discord.
Yeah, I
German
don't
and
think we
English.
can do that.
No, but the Balmer curve is when your alcohol intake and your productivity meet a certain peak.
They peak
And that
at a certain time. That's right.
All depending on the amount of alcohol and workflow and everything else. But if you drink too much, you end up backsliding on the Balmer curve and it failing miserably. But if you reach the right point, you reach a happy stasis.
Well, they're not actually working that day during the telethon. They're just there to be.
Well, that wasn't true back in the day because only like 3 or 4 people were in the room doing the live stream while all the other developers were off doing their things, and the community would come in.
Some of them were at their computers drinking shot for shot as well while still working. Others were drinking a beer or two.
It wasn't against the rules to drink during work there. The fridge had beer stock. There was loads of booze on the table in the break room. If somebody wanted to go make themselves a cocktail at 1 o'clock in the afternoon while they were working, nobody would stop them. That's the way it was. But
could you go make a sandwich at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maynard, no, I wouldn't say that, actually. They said because family friendly, but I still think they've been off target. The target audience for this isn't 16 and 17-year-olds and families. The target audience is for this game is us old folks who want to bring back the UO days and live some real fuzzy, fluffy, nice memories while we play a game that's similar to it. And we're the old folks who have way too much disposable income who built this game. You didn't get a bunch of 16-year-olds building this game, What's that? I
said artifice much? I mean, that's not really family friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Cannibalism. But the other comment out there was Pack Slayer because everyone has PAX vapes. No, I don't believe that's the...
We also have one more tweet, or actually 2 more tweets.
Yeah,
Did I do the found a workaround for the Unity crash that Econ just reported? My hope is that this is the cause of many of the crashes people have been seeing, especially on Scene Change. He'll get it into a QA build by tomorrow.
That's right.
Which should have been yesterday.
Now,
so Econus, have you been testing the QA server?
He didn't find a fix. He found a workaround, which, again, that when he uses those words, I get very scared.
Well,
around.
it's a backslide, really.
Well,
because he's saying that he doesn't know what's causing it.
Exactly.
And
It's another stab.
this might work. Yeah. Here's a stab in the dark. Let me
Sometimes
toss.
that's what you got to do.
Let me toss this dart at the dartboard while I'm blindfolded and see if that fixes it.
Lua, and your game will function better. Yeah, now, not for nothing, nobody's questioned the fact that since he patched in Lua and he patched in Inky, that this is when this all started. Maybe if he backs those out of the code to test to see if that helps. But, don't want to break those shiny new toys or take them out because they may be the cause of the problem. But
the next tweet is hilarious, though. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, we're here.
This is 8 hours ago. I'm still working on a workaround for crashing. I've made roughly 40 builds in the past 2 days and had some luck, but nothing that I believe will work universally. Not giving up just yet, though.
Stop looking for workarounds. Look for solutions. Yeah. Yes. Stop trying to go around the problem. Go right through it.
Well, it's one where if you play the game and you join a group and you actually are running your analyzer during actual gameplay, you'll be able to look at that data a little bit better than if you sit there and try to mimic it by following one person.
Yeah. Now tracking, this is my latest theory, and I don't know.
I don't think it's an actual Unity bug.
No, is Draken saying that removing the Lua crap fixed his hitching, but he was still getting crazy frame drop after playing for a few hours. Again, I think the system in itself is inherently broke, because when you're in that scene, if you got 4 other people in a party of 12 running Lua and pulling those stats, each person is pulling those stats, you're basing your whole experience on the one person who's the master in the scene, and if that person doesn't have a great connection and or PC to be the master, and all these other people are dragging resources out of that, forcing the engine to just chug along at a slowed down pace, I believe that might be the cause, but that's just my thoughts at this point. I took out Lua, and I got a better playing experience by not running the Lua add-ons. As much as I was enjoying them, I wasn't enjoying the slowdown. So for starters, Lua's gone. I don't need Lua. I played for 6 years without any add-ons like that, and I can continue playing. All I need to know is when I hit this button and I bring up my stats, am I attenuated? That's all I really need to know. I don't need to know the rest of it, and I don't need to know whether, Jack did 5 more points of damage than I did. I don't need to know any of that. Neither does anybody else, really. Realistically, nobody needs to know that. All you need to know is that the shit's dying, you're getting experience and having fun, because, Now, again, Lua is running for, on the server. How many people running it at any given day, polling that information? Does that make a difference? I don't know. Is he looking at that? Probably not. Now, the other crash that happens when you teleport, that's been around for ages, and that, I believe, is something totally different. But the lag, that, Yeah, the crash is Econdis, absolutely. Totally different there. Yep. But, exclamation, I love free shit. Shit, it's really moving along today. Give you all the last chance to get in on that action, giving away an Obsidian Destroyer today. At least for starters, we'll be giving away something else here in a few minutes.
I think it's funny that Chris posted a link to a Google search on Unity Engine object internal clone single crash. And it's got things like a Rumble 3D pad, iOS devices. Yeah.
Yeah, anything but what was programmed into the game is the problem, right?
Oh, please don't tell me they're going to port the game to PS4.
Hey, people have been asking for ports for this game since we got here.
That was something that they originally talked about way back in Kickstarter, is making it actually playable on mobile devices all the way through PC. Yeah. And Bridge Troll loves free ship more than Shane or Niner.
Bridge Troll, you're gonna get me all messed up here. Which is it, Big Dog or Bridge Troll, for crying out loud? What do you got, multiple accounts? I wouldn't know anybody who had multiple accounts on Twitch.
Really?
And Chris even posted on a Unity forum about the bug.
Yeah, well, again, I think it's got to do with the Unity, not the Unity, the Lua thing. I would try turning off Lua, see if everybody's performance gets back to normal, because you know what? He wasn't getting quite so many complaints before Lua was introduced. That's all I'm going to say. All the heavy-duty complaints came after that and Inky were introduced, but I don't see Inky as being the problem, because Inky isn't polling the server for shit all the time, you understand?
I only started crashing about, 2 weeks ago? No.
Well, the crashing, again, the crash bug on login, crashing into zones, crashing... teleporting, that's been a Unity issue for ages, and basically what happens is after you do so many teleports...
I don't even know if you can call it a Unity issue. I mean, people have blamed Unity, but I don't know if Unity...
we blame Unity for everything else, you know. But anyway, it's been around for a while, and there are specific spots, like every time I would go out to... not Exeter. What's the other one? The north. I gotta bring my map up.
Graph?
No. Further up.
Oh.
I'll get it here in a second. I got my map here. Just taking a second for the map to refresh.
I don't know what you're looking for.
What's more northern than Graph?
Esgard is where I'm thinking. When I used to teleport to Esgard, I didn't say more north, I just said up north. When you teleport to Esgard, I can teleport to every location seamlessly except for the docks after several teleports. But anytime I tried to go to the docks, boom, automatic game crash. So I stopped doing it for a while. And then every once in a while I'll take a risk, and sometimes you'll make it, sometimes you don't. But depends on how much you've been traveling around, how much, and I don't know what the major cause behind, if I teleport there, first or second teleport, usually no problem, you get there. If I go fill a couple vendors, then try it, usually it's almost a guaranteed crash. So I try and get that town out of the way first so I can avoid that crash. But eventually I'll go to a dock of another town, and it's usually the docks that does it for me. I don't know about anybody else.
I don't have that issue. I mean,
you don't travel.
Hey, the great thing is, I mean, a lot of these player bugs, I mean, it's like if the developers would play, it would, they'd be able to experience them themselves.
Yes, well, I told you, we got a laugh the other day when Chris says, well, I'm going to shadow this guy and see if I get lag. No, shadowing him does not get you lag. You need to be under somebody in the party who's got a halfway decent machine and in a party of 12, and let that guy be the master of the scene, and then sit there for a couple hours in combat as the member of the party. You're not going to see the lag following somebody around as GM Ghost. I'm sorry, that's just not the complaints or what's happening here. I don't think you hear anybody saying, hey, I was out soloing a dragon and I was getting lag. No, I was out in a party at 12 in XYZ, whether it be East Rescap, Deep Ravenswood, up and upper tiers, but it's always in a party setting after several rounds. After, 2 or 3 rounds, you're slowed to a crawl. Most people would experience it by the time they got to their second round, some people even into the first round. But usually, my experience was first round good, second round a little laggy. By the third round, I was ground to a halt.
There have been times where it's like I was second round grinding to a halt.
Again, it happens that way as well. But last chance! Exclamation. I love free shit.
You guys check for memory leaks when that happens?
Well, we got memory leaks, we know that that's happening when you're out in those parties. And
well, the weird thing for me, whenever that was actually happening, and the game frames per second would drop down to like 10, my system resources would be like, Shroud's going to be using 20% of my processor, and the and 17% of the GPU. Wow. And for the memory, it was like 2 gigs out of a 32 gig system.
And so it wasn't the same thing.
So it wasn't something where it's like system resources were being completely pegged.
Not at all.
There was no reason for it.
Is now memory? Yeah, memory would climb, but the system resources would be nice, cool, calm, and collective. So, and many of us reporting this have way more than the minimum and or maximum. The suggested. Jack's running how many cores at how many megahertz with how much memory? Yeah.
No, I just seen the RAM spike to 16 gigs a few times.
Yeah.
Right, but if you look at how much your GPU and CPU are processing, they're all really low. So, I mean, if you got a machine with just that much memory, I can see where that can be the problem.
Now, I will say that
Eric
Elgarian did tweet out the other day about the fishing contest, but we have not seen a start tweet.
Yes. We're closing this giveaway. Picking ourselves a wiener. And Crossfire Bug's Eye. Congratulations, you've won yourself an Obsidian Destroyer pet.
Yeah.
And what are we going to give away for the finale today?
Something.
Something.
So do we want to talk about a couple of some trivializing information?
Some trivializing information?
Yeah. Excess post.
Oh, we'll get to that. Let's get that up on screen real quick because I think Ozzy's just got a bug up his ass for some reason, but yeah.
Well, it's a true statement. The XSXP and current 10 times Quest XP has trivialized 95% of the game content.
Excellent!
Title speaks for itself. Since Origin, the XP game is now... so I think what he means is since Persistence, the XP game is now 4 times what it used to be.
Where does he get that? I'm curious.
Well,
thanks for the follow, Eric.
Remember that, like, right around Persistence, they doubled the XP gain. Then they left that on, and now we're under another double XP gain. So it's 4 times what was originally intended.
I remember we went to 4 times after we came into Persistence, but then they backed it back to normal. I don't remember them
No, they didn't back it down to normal. They backed it to double.
I don't recall that, but... Yeah. Again, if they back it to double and that's the new normal, then that's the new normal. You can't say that it's
then they double it again?
Yeah.
Well...
Yeah, because I say we should just leave it the way it is and be done with it now, because everybody's having fun now. Even I'm going back and doing quests.
I don't know if you call it that fun when you're just building up that XP pool.
That's part of the fun.
That's fun.
That's the fun, is getting those skills. You know what? Yeah. I wasn't about to go out and spend an hour for 1,000,000 points because that 1,000,000 points was gone in 5 minutes. That's not fun. Going out and spending an hour for 8,000,000 points and being able to spend that and do something constructive with it is fun. I'm sorry.
And then turning around and GMing 2, 3 skills.
Absolutely. That's fun because having to sit there fighting and scratching for year in and year out trying to get to those levels. No, that's not fun.
You're right. You're right about that. Until a few months from now.
I don't see that happening because if everything goes...
Jack, we can't live until we have caps.
Well...
Absolutely.
See, next episode is supposed to have even further increased monsters and critters out there to the level 20 and beyond. And in order for that to happen, I believe what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to open up the real GM of 200 points in a skill and make that attainable. And that's where it's going to get interesting.
That's one where they actually have to refactor all of the skills to actually make them, and I'm referring to every single skill, and actually make that something not just attainable.
Not my light skill. Yeah. No, not my light skill. It took me so long to GM that.
As Mom said, until a few months from now, when everything is too easy, and there's an exodus of board players... Sean Butts followed that up with the problem when people start hitting the diminishing returns and quit in a month or two. And Holly's like, fun is getting enough XP to play with the big dogs.
Diminishing returns. Isn't that something we used to talk about all the time? You know why we don't talk about it anymore? Because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. There are no diminishing returns.
Yeah.
And y'all talking like Chris is actually gonna get to all this stuff.
No,
tomorrow.
he's not.
Well, that's my point.
This is where the quick XP for everybody is a bad idea. It is a horrifically bad idea because it is one where it's like players are going to come in and it's like say, okay, I went from level 0 to 100 in a week. What's the point of going to a tier 3 scene because I never had to actually level up in a tier 3 scene?
Because when you go to a tier 3 scene and gather your resources, you get better resources when you have higher numbers than you do going to the higher tiered. Yeah, okay. People don't know this, but it holds true for me every time I go out. When I go resource hunting, unless it's silver...
You go to a lower tier scene.
I go to a lower tier
you don't want to get hurt.
No, because I get better returns from the nodes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Almost every time when I go out to, say, a tier 3 node, for tier 4 node, looking for wood, looking for cotton, I hit the extra bonus stuff because I'm not in that uber high zone trying to hit that possibility. My skills are so much beyond this tier 3 that I hit all the time. So I find I get better gains in the returns in the lower levels. Now, I've had this conversation with several people, but nobody wants to go out and believe that. So,
but at the same time, those lower tier scenes aren't going to give you the beetle carapaces.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the beetle carapace. I'm getting the cinnamon
every
bark.
I'm
getting the hoppers in season.
Not every single time, but enough.
I get them more often than not if I was in a level 5 scene, absolutely. So I go to a lower level scene and I get more of that stuff. How do you think these people are coming up with this stuff? You think they're really going out to the toughest level areas and getting loads of this stuff? No, they're going to lower level areas, buddy. Come on now.
Well,
I told you the best place
just think about this. If you're a master whatever and you go to the toughest place to get it, or you go to a place that's known and plenty of resources, do you think you're going to get more out of the place that's got plenty of resources? You think you're going to get it out of the toughest one? You're going to get more out of it. No, you're going to get more out of the easier one. So, come on. Path of least resistance. Thank you, Econdis. Absolutely. But anyway, yes, and of course, it makes it a lot faster because if you have a pet, your pet knocks out all the hard work while you do nothing but gather resources. So yes, that also comes into play. A lot of factors, but I've also started learning. I mean, I never use stuff to buff stuff up. Like when I went morning, I just go out with my regular hunting stuff. Did I put on gauntlets of lead? No. Did I get put on the ring of harvesting or the belt of harvesting? No. Well, now I do. I get even better returns. I was going to say even more better, but that's an oxymoron, ain't it? Even more better. But anyway, that's been my observation. So, if anybody wants to debunk that, please. Go try. Tell me what you get.
I go to Kings Road all the time, harvesting wood.
Yep.
Yes, it's not rare. It happens pretty often, but I will get pine resin off the trees, and I will get beetle carapace off the cotton.
Yeah.
In a level 1 zone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really weird. It's Shroud and method to hell, but
what I do is I go to a high tier zone.
Yeah, I mean, why should I battle in a high tier zone for less returns when I can do a cakewalk zone and get all the goodies? So I take the cakewalk, sorry. But anyway, exclamation, I love free shit, 10,000 gold. I'll tell you what, I'll throw in a pair of merits emotes just because I can today. So that's not listed, but we'll throw that in as well. Meanwhile, we gotta get to a couple things, and again, this whole topic, there's a whole lot of good points on this topic. If you guys want to go read this, I suggest you go and do that. We'll go ahead. And do we put a link for them yet? No, we didn't put a link.
No. I don't know. I'm responding to work stuff.
Yeah, I figured as much. You got quiet, so I figured you would
Finally sound the horn of urgency.
Okay, so what are we doing with this one?
We're going to the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar, which is brought to us by the good folks over at Reba Test and hosted on NBNN.info.
That's right. That Google Public Calendar is actually an aggregate of all the Google Public Calendars related to Shroud that guy knows about. If you have a Google Public Calendar related to Shroud and you want it hooked up so that way we can read off your events, you need to email news@nbnn.info with a link to your Google Public Calendar, or turn around and message him in Discord or in game, and then he'll do something with it eventually. All times on the community calendar are Central Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia times. And send all your nudes to nudes@nbnn.info so we can
curate them carefully 2 minutes at a time.
That's right. may involve the use of a dream catcher. Monday through Friday, 12 and 6. Maybe like during this quarantining and staying at home, I think I really should have invested some. If I had the money, I would have invested in Kleenex stock.
Well, when oil went negative $30+ a barrel, that was a good time to go and buy some oil the other day. Some oil stocks.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so
Chris Fallon says 9 more minutes and his weekend starts.
Yeah. I've got a lot more than 9. Let's see if I can pull another 14
Must be great that when
today.
Laz and Jack ends, your weekend starts.
Yeah. Yeah. Monday through Friday, 12s and 6s. Around the clock, you need to tune in your ether amplifiers to Weighty Radio Free Britannia to listen to two idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch.
With us.
7 o'clock this evening on Weighty Radio Free Britannia's The 70s at 7. At 8 o'clock on Virtue Radio, You have Aline Dragonfire.
No, you don't.
But more importantly, on WRFB at 8 o'clock,
But
you have
she's
the
on
Outlanders.
hiatus.
With
Yes.
what? They're on hiatus?
No. Vita
Aline is?
Novia till fall. Yeah. Till
I
whenever,
don't control their calendar.
she decides she wants to come back, apparently, because I don't know.
Is this another I'm quitting the game and I'm posting it on my Steam?
No,
and,
this
then
is
from there.
Algarian posted saying, "Hey, is this schedule right? I'd like to post it in the Friday update." And she added, "Yeah, but I'm not working till the fall." So this goes back to several other
We
Anyway.
have no control over the other calendars. The only
I just happen to
calendar
notice
that
stuff because
Laz has control over.
That's my job.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
The
read the calendar, man.
Outlanders tonight with Parson Bar
Fix
and
your
Vassar.
fucking calendars, assholes.
Check them out.
Yeah. And then 8 o'clock or this evening on WRFB is the Outlanders with Parson Bar and Vassar. At 10 o'clock on Radio Free Britannia is the Record Room with Waz's Wad, where he covers some walk and roll history from 1946 to 1974, which takes us to Saturday morning. Is this going to happen, or is Wolfton recovered enough to actually do Wake Up?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah. 9 o'clock on Virtue Radio, Echoes from the Caverns between 9 and 11. At 4 p.m. on Virtue Radio, Rock and Power Hour with DJ Mick Foley. 4 o'clock in-game, EVL Guild is doing their Virtue League PvP tournament. Multiple tiers of PvP goodness. 6 o'clock on Radio Free Britannia. Fiona Wynne Wildmane
FB.
taking over the airwaves as Sister Love and her Wild Safari. At 8 o'clock is on a repeat of the Echoes from the Caverns, which takes us to Sunday.
Sunday.
Which starts at 9 a.m. with Strikers Rise and Shine on Virtue Radio. At 10 o'clock, in-game EVL's hosting a crafting fair and training. At noon on Sunday, Virtue Radio. It's faster. With Dark Lord Sealith Rain. At noon, also in-game, you have EVL doing their emote and recipe swap, which takes us to 12:30, where Bow and Bloodgood's going to be hanging out in Caer Drawkwitch, and don't forget that fishing tournament as well. Bow and Bloodgood's going to be doing astronomy night at 2. And the final event of the weekend on the calendar is the EVL Upper Tiers XP run. I don't even know why they still have that on the calendar. They should be going to East Reach Gap.
Well, maybe they're bringing some newbies with them. I don't know.
Yeah, no clue. What I really should do is contact someone and drag 2 of my other accounts out and just plop them down and level them from level 5 and 7 to 100 and just say, fuck you guys.
There you go. Hey man, Storm broke out a new account, made himself a dedicated healer in 2 days. It's the way it rolls these days.
Yep.
But don't forget, you're tuned into Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Genesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News. Catching us in replays on YouTube and Twitch. We do appreciate you all, no matter how much you watch. And if you got this far and you like what you see, hit those buttons above and below. You know the ones. Follow, subscribe, notify, because the platforms require it. I mean, if it was up to me, I wouldn't ask you to do it, but, platforms want us to have you do it so that they can figure out how many people are watching. I don't know. Veron, did I pronounce that right? Veron, thank you for the follow. But don't forget, bits is the preferred method for us. We prefer you to cheer in bits, but you can click on the links below in both of our streams, go to the website, or become a patron at patreon.com. The BMC wants you to check out Black Rock Cove. WRFB bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock. Shroudmusic.com for your ABC file needs. Thank you very much. Just did what was asked. Read a test because I love free shit. I want you to have free shit. Cappius is where you can get all your wood needs taken care of on shroudmarketplace.com. Cappius, any specials running today?
Yeah, the specials are still running. I haven't
Still running.
haven't
All
cut 'em-
right. Very cool. And of course, 180 other vendors at shroudmarketplace.com for your virtual vendable goods. Real quick, Jack, give them a quick run on it.
Yeah, that's right. You need to go to shroudmarketplace.com, click on that register button, and buy all of your Shroud stuff.
Buy it all.
And if you have TMS syndrome, that's too much stuff, you need to click on that vendor registration and start listing your stuff. That's anything and everything Shroud related, from accounts to game gold, all the way to Kodos and services. As long as it's not a bannable offense, you can buy it or sell it at shroudmarketplace.com.
That's right. Don't forget that's the place to go. It is the preferred place to go because it's easy to find and you don't have to jump through any hoops. It's so easy, even I'm able to do it. List it and forget it, folks. It's all you got to do. I just got an offer and I'm waiting on some return stuff, but all you got to do is just list your stuff, throw it in a box, and wait for it to sell. You just forget about it, and then all of a sudden one day you wake up and there's money in your bank account or your PayPal account or whatever it is that you're using.
Yeah, I love Shroud Marketplace.
Absolutely. My favorite site.
I know.
Come on, what's taking this so long?
For you to figure out how to do the credits?
It was just sitting there waiting, thinking, yes. But we gotta say thank you to the Maynard and Eagle, Eric, Palin, and Waldo for the bits, Veron and Eric Palin for the follows. Thank you guys, we appreciate it. And of course, we do appreciate you all. Don't forget, we're here every Monday through Friday, except for when we're not here. So we need to find somebody to raid. Skeggy Media? Okay, we can do that.
Because Skeggy's also got a shop at Shroud Marketplace.
Absolutely. Skeggy Media. And we will get that loaded up. Very cool. We're going to close out the last and final giveaway for today. We are going to pick that winner. And Chris Pallid, congratulations. You won 10,000 gold here on NBNN. And of course, it is Friday. Have a great weekend out there, everybody. We'll be back with more on Monday. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And
I'm keeping time
NBNN.
on the soup spoons.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you all on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ew.